back to the Jet Press Podcast. My name is Justin Fried, and I'm joined as always by my good friend Mike Luciano. Mike, it is the dog days of the offseason. We are both in the process of moving as well, so we got a lot going on. But how are you feeling, buddy? What's going on? How you doing?
Well, feeling okay. Halfway happy about the NBA draft. Got some decent players there.
Right.
We'll get into we did this last year, and now I think it's going to be better this year because we actually have a better crop of players to choose from when doing a Jets roster draft to figure out who's going to build the best hypothetical team here. So we'll get into that, and we have some user submitted content for the first time. Our made a fun little quiz that we will partake in. You know where to find us on all the pages: Apple, Google, Spotify, Overcast, or get your podcast. We are there. And on YouTube, if you can overcome the horrible new interface that YouTube updated to.
Is it bad? I haven't seen it.
On Studio and on mobile, they have some horrible, it says 600
really?
whatever views, however many views you have.
Yeah.
They got rid of the things as views, and it just says the number. So that's already weird.
On studio end or just on the user end too?
On the user end. And then also on YouTube Studio, it doesn't show the amount of likes on a video until you click into it more.
Oh, I've noticed that. That's annoying. Yeah.
It's very annoying. So if you can overcome those very weird UI changes, you can like the stream and subscribe. Both of those things really do help us. Couple right off the bat before we get into it, two things. Number one, we will not discuss Brendan Sorsby, even as funny as it is that the worst possible situation for him happened. As we've discussed that to death beforehand. We just be reheating topics.
There's no need to talk about it now anyway, because it's that he's going to be in the 2027 quarterback class. So we will eventually
probably talk about him later. But
yes, we'll talk about him again at some point. But no reason.
I do think it was funny leave it to a guy named Larry with an Italian last name to give this guy the business of we're not doing this just for you. You're not getting out of this.
Who? Larry who? Who was
he
that?
Was the lawyer for the NFL who sent the letter to Sorsby saying we're not doing this.
I find it funny that Sorsby's attorney is going to appeal to the NFLPA when Sorsby is one, not an employee of the NFL, and two, not affiliated with the NFLPA. What are they going to do?
And three, aspires to be in the NFL at some point. And he's I'm going to sue you.
Wild.
And also, we will not discuss Geno Smith.
The Geno stuff.
There are allegations floating around out there. They could be so bad he never plays again justifiably. They could be totally made up. We have absolutely no idea at this point.
Best not to give any takes on something like that until more details are revealed.
Yeah. Now, if it's true, we'll talk about that. That's horrible. If it's made up, then it's made up. But we don't know right now. So to say definitively either way is premature. So,
right. And what are we going to talk about on the podcast about that? What insight can we provide on that?
Not to sound insensitive, but we know that domestic violence is very bad. You need us to tell you that. Do you want to hear us talk about that? Obviously, we haven't talked about Darren Lee also too for similar reasons. That's not what you're listening to Jet Press for.
Well, thankfully, Darren Lee no longer relevant to the Jets organization. So
no, but it's a Jets news item. You are
for sure.
This is not the spot. So. Moving off that, we are going to go and I think just get right into our Jets roster draft because there are a lot of improvements that have been made to this team.
I'm excited, Mike.
Time to see who builds the better team. So how are we deciding who picks first here?
Do you remember last year who picked first?
I don't.
Okay. You know what? What did I write? Because let's pull up our little handy dandy spreadsheet that we got here. I did put my name first. Now, that doesn't mean I have to pick first, but my name is on the left.
Look at this kangaroo court.
I didn't even get it. If you want it,
I didn't even have a shot here.
No. Because we'll do snake draft, right? So first of all, I'm glad you mentioned this at the beginning. I do feel like the Jets roster is so much better this year. So I think last year we were drafting Andre Sisco and Justin Fields. I'm pretty sure was drafted.
We did this 2 years ago. Alan Lazard was in the top 12.
I was putting together a little mini big board right before this, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I could easily come up with 20 players that I would like to draft in this. I'll let you pick, though. Would you like the first pick or the second and the third pick?
I'll go second. You know what? I think I went first last year, so you can do.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Well,
very scientific process here.
In that case, I do have an obvious number one for me. I think there's a couple of guys you could really consider at this spot if you're projecting. By the way, I'm drafting this based on what they will do in 2026. So not 4 years from now, what are they going to be? How good are they currently and what will they do this season?
Correct.
How I'm approaching this. So with the first overall pick in the Jet Press inaugural 2020, or not inaugural, but the Jet Press 2026 roster draft, Team Justin takes Garrett Wilson. You could consider a couple other guys. I'm sure you're going to take maybe one or both of them at this spot right now. Garrett Wilson is the best player currently on the Jets roster. I feel like he's just become undervalued around NFL circles because of the quarterbacks that he's had to deal with. I shudder to think of where he will rank on this year's NFL Top 100. Who knows, Mike? He might not even make the list, which would be insanity. But also, would you be shocked? I wouldn't. If he's ranked.
You want to hear an awesome Garrett Wilson comparison I have on June 24th?
What's that?
Have you ever heard of he was an 80s hair guitarist, Yngwie Malmsteen?
No, what? No.
He is an 80s like hair metal guitarist. And he's not going to be the most popular guy out there. Like, he didn't sell the most records or whatever. But I remember there was some poll in a guitar magazine, and they asked a bunch of like famous guitarists, who's the best guitarist ever? And Jimi Hendrix was one, and this guy was like number 2.
Okay.
So he's one of those guys where even if he doesn't get the national or casual recognition that he deserves, I feel like he's one of those guys where if you really appreciate the craft and you're aware of what good wide receivers are, you realize what Garrett Wilson is, how good he's been, and how can you find more of a quote unquote nightmare situation for a wide receiver than what Garrett Wilson has endured and what he may endure if things end up being true one way or another about the current quarterback. It's been, you can't get a worse situation. On top of bad quarterbacks, turmoil. Every year he's got a new one. And the only year he didn't have a new one, it was Zach Wilson. So,
I think I can guarantee you're the first to ever make that comparison, but it feels like an apt one. Well done.
Don't listen to he's really good. He just shreds on a couple songs. So
sure. Brian, by the way, said a Jets roster draft where you would feasibly be justified taking either offense or defense first. Yeah, you could argue that for sure. Like, I think we're gonna have a couple of defensive players go off the board pretty early here. Mike might take one of them. If not,
I am definitely taking one.
Okay.
I thought about this for a while.
Which, by the way, shout out. Brian is the guy who we mentioned at the top of the show. Brian made us a quiz that we're going to be playing at the end of the show. Very excited for that. And I'm looking forward to see how that goes. We're probably going to play collaboratively as opposed to competitive, but I'm excited to see how that goes.
So looking back at this, Jets added a lot of players this year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And he's a guy who, even in his ripe old age, is still one of the best in the business. Give me Demario Davis.
Oh, okay. Number 2
in the top 100 at age 37. He's not just a good linebacker. I mean, PFF had him 6th last year.
Yeah.
How many linebackers played till they're 30 and they're washed out? This guy's 37.
I know. And
he still projects as a well above average fringe all-pro linebacker.
It's not a Bobby Wagner situation where PFF still loves him and you watch him play and you're like, I don't know about this. Like, Demario Davis is still one of the best linebackers in the NFL. He's awesome.
Covers, he hits, he's leader, everything you want.
Yep.
This one, did I him and haw over this one, because the only reason I'm going to make this pick is because I don't want to take 2 defensive players early on. If the goal is to build a balanced team here.
Okay.
I do feel like the Jets individually have a lot of good defensive players and their offense is a lot more potential based. I thought about this, and I thought about some offensive candidates too. So Minkah Fitzpatrick, unfortunately no. Breece Hall, unfortunately, no.
Oh, you're going to take my guy.
Armand Membu.
Yeah, that's who I wanted.
Armand Membu.
How awesome, though, is it that we're talking about Armand Membu as a top 3 player in the Jets roster after year 1?
I mean, I'm not crazy because, I mean, Garrett had the year he had because he got hurt. Armand Membu, as a rookie, was the Jets' best offensive player last year. I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You don't want to hear that about the rookie right tackle, but he was.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go too overboard projecting he's going to be the next Joe Thomas or whatever, but he put himself in a situation where every data point and every inch of film you could watch and everything suggests that he's going to keep getting better and eventually hit a Pro Bowl fringe all-pro ceiling. And I remember you were saying, I think a week ago, it depends on the overall offense and the Jets' overall team for him to get that recognition. Well, I brought up Joe Thomas. I mean, every single year, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, every single year with a Cleveland franchise that, I mean, them and the Jets they're right next to each other in terms of quality of their operation and consistency. So if he has a year like he had last year, maybe even a little better, he might get some buzz, especially if they win a couple games and all the film Twitter guys are like, hey, watch out here. They got something here. So I'm going, and a good mix of youth on this team too. I got the old guy in Davis. I got the young guy in Membu. I'm very happy with those first 2 picks.
I think if the Jets have a good offensive line this year and we really amp up the PR train for Membu, he could get that recognition. Even if the Jets offense sucks, if the narrative, because it's all narratives, right? If the narrative is the Jets offense, the Jets have a good offensive line. It's like, oh, the quarterback is bad, or the play caller sucks, but the O line is good, and Membu is seen as the crown jewel of that offensive line. Yeah, he could end up getting second team All Pro this year. Like, it 100% is a possibility if he continues his upward trajectory. Like, I don't think he was a top 3 right tackle in the NFL last year, but he was a top 10 right tackle in the NFL and possibly even better than that. And
I would say the best rookie tackle, even in a very good rookie tackle class.
Him and Kelvin Banks were awesome. If you had Kelvin Banks at left tackle and Membu was your right tackle, like best at each of the
positions. Did Banks play right tackle or he played left?
Or was he right?
I think he went right to left, I think
Maybe that's what it was.
Because they had Fuaga at right tackle.
Right. He played right tackle in college.
Saints are doing a very similar build to the Jets. I like their offensive line too.
I know they do have a quarterback that they like, obviously, in Tyler Shuck, who I've put a lot
35 years old on his rookie contract.
Hey, I've put a lot of stock in Tyler Shuck on my dynasty team. Okay, I need him to be good.
Plus, I like Achane and Tyson and Kellen Moore. I think they got something there.
Yeah, for sure. But Membu being a top 3 player in the Jets roster immediately after year 1 is very encouraging, and you've made my decision here for the second and third picks fairly simple. There's one other guy that I would consider, but I'm gonna go the proven commodity here. Give me the guy that I think you were considering probably at that spot. Give me Minkah Fitzpatrick. I believe Minkah Fitzpatrick, I'm going to put him at safety. We'll see what he's actually playing for the Jets because it might be a little nickel corner too, but I think he's going to be playing predominantly safety.
If he plays nickel, it's kind of like how Seattle used Nick Emanwari.
Sure.
Or how Miami used him last year.
Yeah.
Kind of this big, versatile, move around, do everything guy.
What's interesting about Minkah is the turnover numbers are down the last few years. Like, he's not, there was a period of time where he was one of the best ball hawking, turnover forcing safeties in the entire NFL. They haven't been there as much the last few years, but still grading out as one of the best safeties in football. 81.9 PFF grade last year with Miami, 78.4 PFF coverage grade, only allowed 27 catches in coverage, 253 yards. Fantastic football player. And again, another proven veteran leader that you want on this defense. And man, this is the influx of talent that they needed. I'm very happy with Minkah at this spot. And it's good to be able to put a defensive back at this spot again, even after trading away Sauce Gardner. And with my second pick here, or my third pick overall, look, there's been a lot of discussion about this player. I think that there was a period of time where he might have been a little overrated. I think there got to be a period of time where he's a bit underrated. But give me the newly extended Breece Hall. I still think Breece Hall is a top 5 player in the Jets roster right now. I don't think he's in the upper echelon of running backs in the league, but I think if you wanted to say he's a tier 2 running back, I think that that's totally fair. We've seen him be one of the best and most productive running backs in football. We've seen him have a season where he was top 4 in scrimmage yards behind, I always throw out the stat, but behind only Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, and CeeDee Lamb. That was 2023. He was top 4 in scrimmage yards.
With no quarterback.
In the 31st ranked offense, he was top 4 in scrimmage yards. All the other guys ahead of him were in top 5 ranked offenses. So we've seen Breece Hall be that. Then we saw 2024 where he took a big step back. Then 2025 comes around, and I thought he didn't regain the 2023 version of himself, but he was much better, and the ball security concerns were down after a disappointing 2024 season.
Again, with nothing around him. So.
Correct. I think Breece Hall
he was the offense the entire year.
Yes, I think he's a very good NFL running back who probably hasn't even been fully maximized and utilized in New York. With a better supporting cast around him this year, hopefully this pick looks good. So give me Breece Hall with my third pick.
Can't find fault in any of that. I've said this all off season. Like Demario Davis, one thing I feel like nationally and even among Jets fans, Minkah somehow has been kind of almost underrated in terms of how much of an impact he's going to have.
Yeah, he's getting overlooked for sure.
I think maybe because last year, he was very good last year, but he wasn't like picking off 5 passes. If they got him a year prior, would this not be this, oh my God, they got Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Steelers? Are you kidding me?
Well, and he was doing it in Miami, and no one really cared about Miami last year.
He was the only, that cornerback room was horrible.
Yeah.
And Minkah and Brian Duker, who was kind of in charge of that, the fact they looked okay at times, I got to give those two a lot of credit. So
100%.
This one, again, boy, was it tough because, especially as I'm building a roster, I know one guy I want right away, and that's some beef up front.
Yeah.
Now, which guy? Because the Jets have a couple this year.
They do.
I'm going to go for the upside here. I'm going to go with T'Vondre Sweat.
Whoa, T'Vondre Sweat, 6th overall.
I'm going to go with T'Vondre Sweat. Maybe that's, but again, we saw the PFF numbers. Was he not the 6th best defensive tackle in the league or close to it?
No, I'm with you. I get it.
Was he not an above average pass rusher at 360 pounds for the defensive tackle spot?
Yeah.
Did they not trade a guy who before last year was, I would say, integral to their defense in Jermaine Johnson? I would call him integral. And then they traded just to get this guy who I thought may not be the best scheme fit with Robert Saleh, but my God, is this the kind of guy you give up for after only 2 years? Sweat's a guy too. Once they put him in this scheme, and we always talk about, Carl Dunbar. Like, Carl Dunbar is going to help T'Vondre Sweat too. If he just gets his conditioning in kind of better form, which I think he will, and now he has Harrison Phillips and David Onyemata. Can you get better mentors for a young defensive tackle than those two guys? I think everything's set up for him to kind of take that leap this year. And not even going to be a big leap. One, because he can't, because he's a little big. And two, because Tennessee, like, he was good in Tennessee. It was still shocking to me they got rid of him. It made me shocked. I'll downgrade it from shocking, but extremely surprising.
It was a
they
scheme
got rid
fit.
of that. So.
I think it was a scheme fit thing. Obviously, there was some stuff with the previous coaching staff not loving his work ethic or concerns about his weight, but Sweat is just a really weird projection in a solid defense. Like, it's just not at all what Saleh looks for in his defensive tackles. So I think that was the biggest reason for it. Funnily enough, Mike, I just did my camp countdown video today on T'Vondre Sweat, so I got some stats for you if you want. As a rookie, Sweat had a 75.0 PFF run defense grade, which is 8th best among 99 defensive tackles with at least 150 snaps against the run. Last year, that bumped up to 79.3, which was 4th best among all defensive tackles. He has only missed 4 tackles in his entire NFL career, which is a 4.4% missed tackle.
Breaking that guy's
right, which makes sense. You run into the arms of a dude who's 6'4", 364 pounds. Probably going to be difficult to shed that.
And all the broken tackles are probably just he was on a weird angle and like got his hand on a guy and couldn't wrap up or something like that. Those are probably the broken tackles.
And like you mentioned, he's not Al Woods. This is not a guy who's a liability against the pass. Now, you don't want him out there on every third down, right? There's probably better ways to utilize him. But if teams, like, if he's in the game and it's a passing situation, he's not going to be a liability. Last season, among 97 defensive tackles with at least 200 pass rush snaps, he was 16th in PFF pass rush grade, 36th in pressure rate, and 40th in pass rush win rate, which all of those are above average at his position. Like, above average pass rusher, one of the best run stoppers in the NFL. I don't even blame you for taking him 6th. It's a little earlier than I probably would have taken him, but man, I think the upside there is tremendous.
Now, if we're talking about upside, the only reason I'm not taking this guy is I don't know if I want to go with 3 defensive players.
Okay.
So it's not going to be Jawan Briggs. And I really wanted to.
Here I am, rubbing my hands together.
Back on the offensive side of the ball. I got Membu. Brees is gone. Garrett's gone.
Yep.
So who's the 4th best player on the Jets offense is the question. And I have the answer to that.
Okay.
It's Joe Tippmann. You recently extended Joe Tippmann.
I agree with that. That's
of the 3, I would say, I don't want to say cornerstone linemen because, again, it's very early for all these guys. Up until a week ago, Tippmann was on a rookie deal with the other 2. But Fashanu, Membu, and Tippmann, I think the Jets are angling for those 3 to be a part of their offensive line for the long haul. And then left guard and center, they probably might just shuffle guys in and out until maybe they draft a long-term guy or they find something else. But they're going to build around those 3. And Tippmann in 3 years has shown center guard versatility, really good run blocker. After the Denver game with abysmal, wretched, offensive quarterback play at times, he was the best pass blocking right guard in the AFC. I think maybe the NFL, but definitely the AFC. So I think that is a massive improvement, especially because early rookie year he had some struggles, but he has really stepped it up. A guy the Jets committed to with the thought that he's going to be a long-term piece. They obviously feel very strongly about Joe Tippmann. I feel very strongly about Joe Tippmann. And I know Fashanu is pretty solid, but I think if you had to ask both the Jets and most Jets fans right now, if you could only keep one, who you keeping, I think they're keeping Joe Tippmann.
I certainly think Tippmann is the better player right now than Fashanu. I think Joe Tippmann is someone who's gotten better each and every year he's been in the league. I don't fully buy into the belief that a lot of people have that he was like 100% definitely better as a guard than a center. I think he was very good at both spots. And I just think he's been steadily progressing each year that he's been in the NFL. And yeah, he's an above average starting guard. At worst, an average starting guard. I think he's above average. So I cannot blame you there, Mike, at all. Joe Tippmann's a good player. And if you're not going Briggs, Tippmann makes sense. But I got to say, I'm sitting here right now, 2 offensive players, one defensive player, just a safety, right? I got a DB. I'm very happy.
No, but your team is lacking beef. You have
It
an
is.
anemic team.
Oh, trust me. I'm about to fix that because
Your
give me
iron
some beef.
deficient team.
Give me some beef. Give me Jawan Briggs.
There you go.
I'm
Steve
thrilled.
Bolzan says, I like Tippmann. You and me both, brother.
Absolutely. I think Brian said somehow Brees was only ever maximized while primarily playing alongside a quarterback whose name rhymes with Whack Zilson. Yes, because we don't say the other name, the rhyming name.
He was pretty whack, I'll say that.
He was pretty. I don't know if he was Zilson, but he was definitely whack.
He was not dope. Those are my 2 scales of everything together, dope or whack, and he was whack. Because I'm from 1970.
I was about to say, like, you are not. When were you born?
Because I'm from the 70s.
You honestly, if you told, like, if it was revealed you were a time traveler from like the 70s, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. That actually tracks so much. But I'll give you.
You ever see that movie Semi Pro?
No, but I haven't actually.
Oftentimes, I agree with the critics' consensus. That I hard disagree. That movie is great, even though it got terrible reviews.
Oh, I feel like people love it. Isn't it considered a cult classic?
It got horrible reviews, but
no, it's considered a classic though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a classic, but it is funny and I enjoy it.
Yeah, well,
and I'm just thinking about being a character from that movie because that's a good one.
Either way, I'm going to add some beef, Mike. I'm adding Jawan Briggs. Listen, we talked about Briggs a bit last week when we were talking about the defensive line. It's a hard thing to it's a hard thing to project because he was genuinely one of the best players in Jets roster last year, like top 3 player on the Jets roster last season, which is crazy. And one of the best young defensive linemen in the NFL. But how much of it can we, how much weight can we put into it given the sample size? And, how much are we factoring in like, oh, it was a bad team and it was kind of like, he was an unknown breakout player and defenses really didn't have the rap on him. Now he's going to be going to his second NFL season. Defenses are going to be paying more attention to him because there's going to be more spotlight on him. And we as Jets fans have gotten caught up in the hype with guys like Bless Austin and Bryce Hall. Remember the Bryce Hall stat that I would always see after his first year as a starter where I think he was like 3rd or maybe led the league in pass breakups, right? Which he was getting targeted nonstop. So that was a big reason why. But it was like, oh man, maybe these guys are franchise cornerstones. Maybe they're building blocks moving forward. Now, I'm not saying Jawan Briggs is going to be Bless Austin, right? But I do think it's important to pump the brakes a little bit. However, to sell the guy that I just took, he had an 85.6 PFF pass rush grade last year, Mike, which ranked 3rd best among all qualified interior defensive linemen behind only Chris Jones and Jeffrey Simmons. Those were the only players, only qualified interior defensive linemen with a higher PFF pass rush grade. And this is a guy who was known as a run stopper coming over from Cleveland. Like pass rush was not supposed to be his trade of choice. And after they traded away Quinnen Williams, not only did his efficiency remain the same, like it arguably got even better. Over the final 9 games of the season after they traded Quinnen Williams, Briggs was 2nd among qualified defensive tackles in pass rush grade, 3rd in pass rush win rate, and 7th in total pressures, and then 6th in pressure rate. I mean, he was legit. Like he was everything you'd want in a young building block of a defensive line. So can we extrapolate that over the course of an entire season? Is that going to continue? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm willing to bet on that upside. And I'm certainly happy that he fell to me at this spot, especially because I needed the beef. And I'm going to stick with it. And I'm going to stick with that beefy up front trenches. I'm going to stick with the trenches here. Okay. And I see your face. Disapproving of every word that comes out of my mouth. I'm going to stick with the trenches. And, you took Membu, you took Tippmann. I got to get myself one of these young offensive linemen. Give me Olafashinu.
All right.
Right now, I think Olafashinu is the 3rd best offensive lineman on this Jets roster. I still believe he has a chance to be the best. And I'm saying that even with Armand Membu there. I don't know if he'd be that this year, but I think we're going to look in a couple of years from now and be like, yeah, Membu was the right pick. When the Jets took him at, was it 11th overall? They traded down with the McCarthy trade. I think we're going to be sitting here in a couple of years and be like, yeah, it took him a few years to fully find his footing, but we've seen the flashes there with Fashanu. And I think he's someone that honestly looks even better on tape than he does when you look at like the PFF numbers, the raw PFF numbers, because some of it is skewed because he had Justin Fields as his quarterback and Brady Cook as his quarterback, right? Like it's just hard when you got those guys holding on to the ball for as long as they did.
68-year-old Tyrod was as good as it got.
Right. And honestly, there's going to be times this year where we're talking about Geno in that regard because he's not nearly as mobile. And not that Geno was ever he was never Lamar Jackson, but he's certainly not as mobile as he once was. And I think he's going to hold on to the ball.
Geno was a legitimately good athlete when he came out of West Virginia. Now he can do it, as Levi Dombro said, he can do it a little bit, but it's reduced.
Yep. So I think we're going to see that a bit with Geno this year too. But I think Fashanu is a very good NFL player. I think he's an average starting left tackle right now, and I think by the end of the year, we're going to see him take another leap into the above average territory. And I'm betting on projection with that. But even still, if we're just banking on like what they are today, I think you could certainly argue Fashanu is a top 10 player in this roster. I certainly think you can make that case.
Certainly there in terms of importance.
Hold on, we got Steve in chat saying, got my Knicks champion locker t-shirt now. I need a Jets Super Bowl 2027 t-shirt. My Knicks championship shirt, I believe, is coming this weekend. So, and I already got the hat. I don't know how long I'm going to keep wearing this hat, but I'm going to, what's the period of length after I can still boast about it?
At minimum 12 months or
sick. All right, maybe I wear this the next 12 months. You might be waiting a bit on that Super Bowl t-shirt, Steve, but I appreciate the optimism.
So let's go on to my number 5, because I do think Fashanu, I don't think it's a lock they're going to extend him. I think that, especially if Membu is like this and he's going to command like top of the line money, I think they may have to decide, can we afford 3 borderline top of the line offensive linemen? Sure. Right now they can, because they're not paying anybody else. But if they somehow come into a quarterback that's worth a damn and he takes up a big amount of money, and they got to at least consider it. But if he keeps this up, he's at least going to warrant a contract that by the time he gets ready to be paid, I wouldn't be surprised if it's honestly like 9 figures, because it's left tackle money.
Yep.
Young guy too, even for a guy on a rookie deal. He was a young rookie. A guy who can really cash in even if he just maintains the level of play he was at.
And you figure that'll be around the time that they're extending Membu as well. So
exactly. I think that they're going to prioritize. They got to prioritize one. I think if everything stays the same, they prioritize Membu.
As of right now, for sure. Hey, what's up, Chris? What's up, Chris?
Shout out, Chris.
Shout out, Chris, buddy.
Now,
appreciate you, buddy.
Number 5. This was tough too. Again, I'm looking for the defensive line, because the defensive line is just so deep this year.
There's a lot of names that I think are going to end up on this list.
There's no more Peyton Page, he's there for now, but there's no more like
Mozzie Smith, Colin Saunders,
Lecky Fodu, and J. Tufele, and what would have been Byron Cowart, and
Derek Nottie.
Those guys I forgot about Derek Nottie.
Yep.
Those guys
started for the Chiefs last year. Derek Nottie.
Now, the biggest piece that I think in terms of overall impact that can be provided is a guy that they took high for a reason, David Bailey.
Yeah, that if I didn't take Fashanu, it was going to be Bailey. I had to get one of the linemen, though.
You can't have the number 2 overall pick and not put him in the top 10. And he's an imperfect player. He hasn't really been setting everything on fire in camp right now, but smaller pass rusher, no pads on. It's hard to really kind of gauge impact in that regard. We don't know what Bailey's ceiling is going to be, but I think even those who were skeptical of him, I think feel very confident at least he's going to get after the quarterback, because every spot he's been at, he's got after the quarterback. And now he's a little bigger, and now he gets Carl Dunbar, and now he gets a defense that is not right now built around him. They're going to build it around him because he's the number 2 pick eventually, but they have guys right now where it's not just going to be double teams all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He might be, if Geno is what he was in Seattle, 80% of Seattle, he might be in a situation where they're going to be in game. So it's not like what happened with Will McDonald last year, where they're down all the time and running the ball. So the one reason he gets on the field is neutralized. I don't think that'll happen. So it's got to be David Bailey. I don't want to go run away with, what he can do right here, but every data point we have right now says David Bailey is going to be a pretty good pass rusher. So I would be silly to turn that down.
Totally fair. I agree with you, and I would have taken him there if I didn't need one of those offensive linemen. You certainly hope that if you take a guy second overall, they're going to be, especially in a roster like this, you're hoping David Bailey's a top 10 player in the Jets roster this year. Like that's the hope. You're hoping he gets 7 or 8 sacks, and you see the foundation there, and you say, okay, this guy looks like a guy who could be a future Pro Bowl pass rusher. Like that's what you're hoping.
Now, number 6, this one's going to be a little bit of projection, because I think he's going to be good, but we haven't seen a ton of evidence that he is going to be good right now.
You going one of the rookies? Another one?
It might be it was going to be one of the rookies, because they are highly touted, but I'm going to swerve a little bit, and I'm going to lean into the preseason hype, and I'm going to go with Adonai Mitchell.
Oh, buddy. I was considering taking him with the next one. By the way, speaking of Dynasty, I just traded for Adonai Mitchell in Dynasty. I did a 1-for-1 AJ Barner for Adonai Mitchell swap, and I feel pretty good about that.
A little peek behind the curtain. Sometimes when we write, we do things that we just call them aggregation, where we take lists from other sites and talk about the impact it'll have on the Jets specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been doing that as much this year with the Jets, because every single list, you see all these, one breakout player for every team. Every single breakout or is going to be good or best kept secret or X factor or anything like that, it's all Adonai Mitchell.
Yeah.
He's just been ripping it up so far. I was skeptical when they got him because number one, I was just so surprised they even traded Sauce Gardner to begin with, and they're not going to probably, even with all the picks, get a player that's that singularly good. And Adonai Mitchell was fresh off that whole drop in the touchdown thing. I'm like, oh, is this really going to be the guy? And then he was okay. Like, you saw why he's as talented as he is and why he was as hyped as he is because he gets open. But I'm like, I don't know. He only had a couple breakout games. Now he's got a quarterback in Geno Smith that is much more skilled at throwing deep down the field than Justin Fields is, which is where that's how you use Adonai Mitchell. Not only did he get buried on a cold step, I mean, they had Josh Downs and Michael Pittman and all these other guys. Like Tyler Warren came in too. Like, he just didn't have enough targets. Then he made the mistake and they kind of gave up on him. I think they didn't really know how to use him. And Anthony Richardson probably didn't help in that evaluation because he was so inaccurate. But I think the Jets right now are saying, we got the plan for him. And the plan is go that way, deep ball. I mean, he's big, he's fast, he separates. This is what you want in a vertical X receiver. He's not going to out-muscle guys. This isn't like Drake London or Mike Evans, but if your X receiver is meant to be a field stretcher like this and a red zone target, like Adonai Mitchell hasn't done it yet in his career, but it looks like he's going to if he's as good as he is in the preseason.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think there was a bigger winner of spring practices than Adonai Mitchell. And again, it's just spring practices. It's OTAs and minicamp. And if there is a player,
remember Jason Brownlee hype? It happens.
Yeah. And if there is a player that's going to win OTAs, it's probably the guy who's bigger and faster than most other players out there. Like, that makes sense. But I'm with you, Mike. Like, I'm kind of buying into the hype a little bit. Like I said, I just traded for him in Dynasty, so I'm buying in a little bit. I'm cautiously buying in. I just think him and Geno are such a perfect stylistic fit for each other that, yeah, like if you tell me Adonai Mitchell ends the year with 750, 800 yards and 6 touchdowns, like, am I shocked by that? No. And if he does, that's a massive win because now you have, like, that's a wide receiver too. If Adonai Mitchell does that this year with the other weapons in his Jets offense and with quarterback play that we imagine is not going to be top half in the NFL, that's a wide receiver too. Easy. Now, I'm not saying I think that's like a kind of best case scenario for Mitchell is he ends up with that, but I think there's a world where it happens. I think there's a world where him and Geno just, get the chemistry carries over into the regular season. And honestly, last year, obviously the deep threat is what you want with him, right? But he kind of showed a bit more versatility than I thought we expected.
Part of it is that he had to because they had no vertical passing game. So if you're going to get catches, this is the only way we're going to do it.
He was effective in the short and intermediate game as well, which was not something we really thought we would get from him coming from Indianapolis. I think there's something legit with Mitchell. I don't think this is just spring hype, but I guess we'll see.
If he fails, it will not be because of talent.
No, I'm with you. So Brian said, should I be concerned that there are still multiple former first-round picks available in this roster draft? Possibly. But one of them is about to come off the board. Actually, I'll say that I'll spoiler alert. 2 of them are about to come off the board.
Oh?
So you went edge and wide receiver with your picks there. I'm going to do the same, Mike. And this is funny because this guy has never been my guy, right? You probably know who I'm about to take now. This has always been a your guy versus, over my guy.
Not even a guy. I'm just more like, hey, lay off him a bit. Why don't you?
Yeah, but I think Will McDonald could have a really good season. And I think even if he's playing, 45% of snaps, whatever, which seems more feasible and more palatable for his skill set, I think he could end up, having 9 sacks this year, 10 sacks this season. You put him in a much better situation where ideally you're not trailing by 20 points every game. The game script is a lot better. He has T'Vondre Sweat that he's playing off of. He has David Onyemata that he's playing off of. He has David Bailey. He's got Joseph Osai, like Kingsley Enagbari, a much better supporting cast on the defensive line that defenses don't need to just, or offenses don't have to just key in on him. They don't have the opportunity to just key in on him as a pass rusher. And again, the game script, like if you're not trailing by 20 or more points in the first quarter, then maybe you can get in third and long situations. I talked about this, I think last week, where I really do see the vision that the Jets have for this front seven, where you have these, they bolstered their run defense. They prioritized improving the run defense this offseason, bringing in T'Vondre Sweat. David Onyemata is somebody that Demario Davis called one of the 5 best run defenders that he's played with. Harrison Phillips was brought back. That's not something they had to do. They wanted to keep Harrison Phillips in the building. Even a guy like Darrell Jackson that you're drafting is a big-bodied run defender. Kingsley Enagbari and Joseph Osai, who are both long, edge-setting run defenders who can just kind of set the edge, force everyone inside, stop the run on early downs. You also, free up some space for Demario Davis and Jamie and Sherwood, who are at their best when they're just attacking upfield. That vision right there, if you could stop the run on first and second down, now you're in a situation where, okay, it's third and long. We can just unleash David Bailey. We can unleash Will McDonald. And I think that is what the Jets plan this front seven to look like in 2026. And because of that, I think Will McDonald could have a really good season. So I'm going to take Will McDonald with this spot. And I'm going to go wide receiver.
He's just such a known quantity.
Yeah.
Like there's so few players in the league where it is so obviously clear what he's good at and so obviously clear what he's terrible at.
Yeah.
And I do think he was in a rough the Jets basically they're a team who lives in the mountains in Mongolia and then they bought a Corvette. Like, well, why are you doing that? Like, it doesn't make any sense for where you are. And now gradually, I think they're moving to a little more temperate climate to keep this tortured analogy going. They brought a guy and put him in, like he struggled on, but like they put him in a situation where a guy like him was never going to succeed. Even a guy who's like the uber example of this archetype, like, I don't know, like an Elvis Doomerville,
sure,
who I think is like the top ideal of like, I cannot play the run a lick, but I'm a really good pass rusher. Like even he in this situation wouldn't be very good because there's just so much run defending he had to do. And now they basically said, even with Bailey, they're like, in the aggregate, all these great run defenders mushed together will outweigh the negatives that because I think they've given up on trying to even make him defend the run. They're like, all right, let's just mitigate it. Like Salah's like, all right, maybe we beef him up and he gets a little better. Aaron Glenn's like, all right, he can't do that. Give up on it. Everybody else can pick up the slack.
Yeah, and that's why they brought in a bunch of guys who can do what McDonald can't in Osai, in Enikbari, in the big beefy guys in the middle of this defense like Sweat and Onyemata and Phillips. Like that's and Briggs as well. Like that's their goal here. I'm going to take a wide receiver here.
Are you now?
You took Adonai Mitchell. I'm going to go with a guy who I think has a very real chance to finish as the second leading receiver on this Jets roster in 2026. Give me Omar Cooper Jr. I think Cooper is somebody that is immediately going to be a third down machine, a third down target in this Jets offense. Mitchell has the higher ceiling, and I think he's going to be producing probably more explosive plays. But as far as just a reliable target in the underneath and the short and intermediate game, I think that's where Cooper is going to thrive. And I look, I know there's a lot of mouths to feed in this Jets offense, which is just a weird thing to say. I know.
Hooray! Finally,
you know, this year,
Josh Reynolds, wide receiver too. Remember that?
Last year at this time, we were talking Josh Reynolds. We were talking Tyler Johnson.
You uttered the phrase Tyler Johnson can really surprise some people this year.
I did, and I you know what, Mike? I believed it. I really did believe it.
I was surprised in the other way.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
He was like a healthy scratch. I'm like, I thought he was going to be wide receiver too, and he got like cut in the preseason.
But now we don't have to talk ourselves into that. Now we have a first-round receiver.
We're not a cope podcast.
No.
Like the last 2 months before that year were the most coping we ever did.
We had to, for the sake of our sanity. We had to. But now it's not coping. Like they actually do have a lot of mouths to feed in this Jets offense. But even with that said, I think Cooper is gonna make an impact early on. He reminds me a little bit like as far as like a role in the Jets offense. I do think he could fill that like Jericho Cotchery role or even like a Quincy Enunwa role where it's like, you know what, he's never gonna be a guy that's consistently putting up 1,000 yards. Although Cotchery had, I believe, a couple of seasons where he did have 1,000 yards.
He definitely had one.
Yeah. But I think he's going to be someone that consistently throughout his career is just a rock solid, reliable NFL wide receiver. And I think in this offense, he could certainly be wide receiver 2 this year, even as a rookie. I'm happy to get Cooper at this spot at what is this, the 13th overall pick? Yeah, give me Cooper here.
I know the Jets fans aren't going to like to hear Patriot comparisons, and they're not totally stylistically similar, but I do see a lot of how late career Brady used Julian Edelman.
Sure.
In terms of how, like, obviously, I think Cooper's a better athlete than Julian Edelman, but like third down, like it was just let's get Edelman in a matchup and throw it to him, even with all these other guys. And he can't, like, Cooper, I think, actually may have better yak potential because he's a little bigger and a little stronger. But Edelman can make some moves. He's a little shifty. I think that's like, I think I don't want to say the Jalen Brunson, where it's like the 1% most extreme outlier example of what this guy can be. But I think that's kind of the higher end of the player he can be.
My heart started racing when you said.
That's just gonna be my new shorthand for like, because like even Knicks fans who, even if you like the Brunson signing, like,
oh, of course,
nobody dreamed this would happen.
No, for 100%
outcome.
Sure.
So that's gonna be the new, like, all right, even if you like him, that's the ultra maximum. No way he reaches that sort of.
It's Josh Allen as well. You could say, or even Mahomes.
even that, like we've seen toolsy quarterbacks kind of
Yeah,
work out
obviously
like
the
that before.
ceiling was perceived to be a lot higher with them than with when Brunson was signed. Like no one saw his ceiling being top 8 player in the world. People saw Allen and Mahomes and said, "Yeah, there's a world where they could be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL just because of the talent."
So let's go on to
Pick 14. You're 7.
and I was gonna see if I could get this guy later, but I don't think I will. And he's a guy that, like Omar Cooper Jr., coming into the league this year, he has not gotten a lot of hype because he's hurt, but it is Kenyon Sadiq. I am taking right here. And
Okay.
look, I know that a lot of people have said, "Oh, Mason Taylor might start." Mason Taylor's probably going to start the year over Kenyon Sadiq, especially because he's coming into it a little bit later because of the injury and all that. Even though the Jets knew that he had the injury when they took him, but to take a tight end 16th overall after years of not taking a tight end when many people thought they would, Brock Bowers, Tyler Warren, then you get one in the second round, and then you take another guy onto that. You don't do that unless you think this guy for 10 years is going to be one of the premier tight ends in the league. That's what they believe the potential Kenyon Sadiq has. They didn't take him to be an H-back at 16. I hope they didn't. So what I think is going to happen is at some point early on, he's probably going to be very package dependent, but the athleticism and the strength he has for a guy who's not that big for the position, I can't see a world where he's like horrible, especially because Connor Rogers has made this point where we always talk about you got to figure out how to use him. It's not rocket science to use him. Like you get him the ball in space, you use him on screens, you take advantage of borderline outlier crazy speed for the position, and you let him cook. And I think they'll do that.
I'm gonna be real. I think you could have gotten him later because I on my big board of 20 players, Kenyon Sadiq is not there. And that's not me being like a hater of Kenyon Sadiq. At least I don't want it to come across that way. I just think year one expectations for him should be a bit tempered just because there's.
Well, I just think if there's ever, like with Cooper too, if there's ever a glut of targets, and they're ever like, we need to go and spread targets out a little bit more, that you have Cooper, you have Taylor, you have Mitchell, you have Sadiq. If you invest the number 16 pick, which was part of the Sauce trade into this guy, they're probably going to default to, well, let's get him the ball.
You would hope.
We use the 16th pick on him.
You would hope. I think he's still a bit raw and a bit more of a project than maybe some people seem to believe. And I just think, again, because of all those mouths to feed, it's going to be tough to get him targets. Now, obviously, I think they're going to try to find ways to get him the ball, but I think it's going to feel a little bit more forced than it probably should for a guy who took 16th overall. I think I was just a little lower on at least the year one impact with Sadiq. I think if we're talking 3 years down the line, what Kenyon Sadiq might be, I mean, we both agree he has a chance to be one of the best tight ends in the NFL. But I think, if I'm looking at Omar Cooper Jr. and Kenyon Sadiq, I think Cooper is going to have more receiving yards. And I'd bet a lot of money on that, about on Cooper having more.
I just wonder how, like, if Cooper has a breakout rookie year, and then, like, do you still prioritize him over Sadiq, even though you knew Sadiq was a raw guy?
No, I don't know. I don't even view it as that. I just view it as Cooper just feels to me like somebody who's more ready to compete, right? Like more ready to contribute right now than Sadiq is. Like, I think Sadiq's going to have a role. But again, first he has to beat out Mason Taylor, and they're going to find ways to get them both on the floor, on the field for sure. But
especially in this new 2 tight end world we're in here.
Yeah. They're going to find ways to get them both out there. But I wouldn't be shocked if by the end of the year we're looking at Sadiq and he played 35-40% of snaps this year on offense and finished with 30 catches, 400 something yards, whatever. Like, or
that's what, like a top 10 Jets tight end season ever, borderline.
Maybe. I mean,
like
that would be more than what Mason Taylor did last year, but also Mason Taylor, the offense was really, really bad. I'm hoping the Jets passing game.
The fact he led the Jets in catches last year is
the crazier part is Garrett Wilson leading the team in receiving with 395 yards. Like, that is insanity.
But the fact that it was absurd. Like, Mason Taylor, like, he didn't get the ball a lot and blah blah blah. Like, he led the team in catches. That's how bad everything was.
I know. Yeah, no, I get Sadiq there. I totally do. I would take him more in like a dynasty format of like what are they going to look like in a few years? But look, I can't blame you. I think you're higher on
Bailey would be like 1, hopefully.
you would hope for sure. I don't hate it. All right, what's your next pick?
I'm going to go and counteract that with a veteran presence, and I'm going to go David Onyemata.
Okay, I was wondering where he would go in this draft.
Consistently flown under the radar, despite the fact he was, again, top 10 in PFF.
Yeah.
The Jets are currently occupied by Spreadsheets FC right now. They are a very analytic thinking team.
We say that as we're using a spreadsheet. We say that.
As we're using that. And Onyemata, like, I know he's the veteran guy and the Aaron Glenn guy. Like, in Atlanta, he was their best defensive lineman last year, even with the let's say a controversial James Pierce Jr. On the other side. I think he was their best defensive lineman last year. You know he's going to be a great run defender. There's still something left there. I'm surprised they brought Harrison Phillips back because I think Onyemata is probably going to be in the starting lineup. But Sweat, Briggs, and Onyemata is going to be, I think, the starting defensive line. That's how that shakes out.
I agree.
And they got him for very cheap on a one-year deal. I think he may be – this is just me like reading the market kind of informally. I think he might have taken less because he has said publicly how he is all about Aaron Glenn.
Loves Aaron Glenn.
Now he gets to play with Aaron Glenn again, and he gets to start, and he's still good. A guy, he's been underappreciated his whole career. Now because he's on the Jets, he's even more underappreciated because it's the Jets, and every move the Jets do is always bad because they're the Jets, because you know that. So, but Onyemata, I think, is a guy who I don't want to say surprise people because he's going to be in his mid-30s and people should kind of know what he is. But like Minka in a way, I think the impact he brings is not discussed as much as it should be.
I think when we're looking at all these defensive linemen, I don't know if any of them are going to put up huge numbers this year, but I think we're going to look at the unit by the end of the season and say the totality of the Jets defensive line is in a significantly better place than it was a year ago. Because I think all of these guys together, none of them are great. I mean, you look at like a David Bailey, I think he has the potential to be great. Tavondre Sweat, even Jawan Briggs. I think these guys have potential to be great. None of them right now are like all pros, but all of them together are just like they're above average defensive linemen. Like Briggs, Sweat, Onyemata, Phillips, all four are average to above average at elite. Like Phillips, one of the best run defenders in the NFL. You could say he's an average defensive lineman just because he's nothing as a pass rusher, but Sweat, Briggs, Onyemata, I think are average to above average at worst, probably above average defensive linemen. You're hoping David Bailey, Joseph Osai, Will McDonald, like Kingsley Anibari, that's a perfectly fine NFL edge rusher room. Like I think the totality of the unit is going to be better than what the individual stats for each of these players are at the end of the season. But I love the Onyemata pick there. I might have picked him with these next couple of picks if you didn't take him.
So who are you taking?
It's a great question. So I'm looking at my big board here. There's a couple of names. Yeah. There's one guy I like sneakily want to pick, but maybe he's available with my last pick. So I'll wait on that. I'll go the Jets' number one corner, Mike. Give me Brandon Stevens.
All right.
You know, I'm not going to say I'm shocked that he's lasted this far because just the Jets roster is better. I think he was actually possibly picked before this last year, which considering our expectations from going into the year were pretty low. That's surprising.
And he actually exceeded them.
He did. I think Stevens was a perfectly fine NFL cornerback last year. Like he exceeded our expectations.
He's also a good test of who watched last year because if people are like, oh, Brandon Stevens is like the worst cornerback ever again. Like he's not going to be Sauce, but he was average.
Yeah,
he got worse when Sauce left, but everybody did. So
yeah, if Brandon Stevens is your number one corner, which he is right now, that's not a good thing. I think he's going to get exposed at points there. But if he's your number two corner, I think he's a perfectly fine CB2 in the NFL. Which ideally that's what the Jets brought him in to be. Of course, then they traded away Sauce Gardner, and they don't have a star cornerback, a number one corner on their roster right now. That's a position that they very well might target in 2027, unless you get that AZ Thomas breakout or D'Angelo Pons.
Aaron Glenn, we know he knows defensive football. Like even in Detroit, he just never had cornerbacks. What is it with this guy?
No, he had one. He had one for half the season, and he traded him away. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's different factors there. But last season, Brandon Stevens 67.1 PFF grade, 75.7 run defense grade. What he is going to be is a willing run defender. He's going to be a willing tackler, which I think you look at these Jets corners. They're all that. All of these Jets corners are guys that I trust to defend the run.
Which was a problem. One of the big problems with Salah's defense is it was so play with your hair on fire that missed tackles were such a problem for every position.
Yep, you're going from Sauce Gardner and Michael Carter, who were both liabilities against the run. Carter just because of his size.
Sauce got better, but
he was still not good against the run. To Brandon Stevens, who's probably one of the better run defending, true run support corners in the NFL, which is a bit of a lost art. It's not something that gets talked about a lot. He's very good at that. That's another reason, by the way, Broncos fans would use to say Pat Surtain better than Sauce Gardner, which fair. Like Surtain is a significantly better.
No one's arguing that.
Than Sauce Gardner. But you got Brandon Stevens, you got Nashawn Wright, you got AZ Thomas, you got D'Angelo Pons, Jarvis Brownlee. All five of those guys are willing and good tacklers. Pons and Brownlee, despite their size, were good tacklers. Like Pons was a great tackler in college. We'll see how much his size impacts him at the NFL level, but certainly is not going to be someone that shies away from contact. So I think you're looking at the Jets corners overall, but they're good in run support. But Stevens, I think, was perfectly fine last year. I'm happy taking him at this spot. I think he's roughly around like the 16th best player on the Jets roster, which, that's right around kind of what you're expecting for a guy that's paid, normal cornerback 2 money. Now with this next pick, so we're getting down to these final 4 picks here. I think I'm going to go with another free agent edition. This one this year. I think if I don't take him, you would definitely take him with one of these final 2 picks. And I'm going to take the guy that I think last week I called the most complete edge rusher currently on the roster. That's Joseph Osai.
Okay. By the way, I would not have taken him, but yes.
You wouldn't have taken him at all with either of these picks.
He would not have been there. I know who I'm taking with my next 2.
Okay, interesting. Well, Osai's a guy that they're paying.
But he is. I don't want to be the anti-Osai guy like you're the anti-McDonald guy.
Yeah, anti-Osai. Osai's a guy they signed to a 3-year, $34.5 million contract. They expect him to play a lot this season. And I think I said this last week. I wouldn't be shocked if he plays more snaps than any edge rusher on this Jets roster in 2026. Now, obviously, you're hoping someone like David Bailey could end up playing more, but I certainly think Osai is going to play more than McDonald. I think he's going to be on the field a lot more than him. I think he can hold up and run defense a lot better than McDonald, which is not saying much because McDonald is, as we've discussed, probably the worst run defending edge in the NFL.
And it's not even close over multiple years.
Yeah, and he's also far from a zero as a rusher as well, or as a pass rusher as well. And I also find it interesting that, if you look back to his college career when he was at Texas, he was actually an inside linebacker at first, and they converted him to outside linebacker and then eventually defensive end. He was somebody that going to the NFL, I know a lot of people wanted him to play more as like a 3-4 stand-up outside linebacker, and he never did that in Cincinnati. He was always a hand in the dirt defensive end. So I am interested to see if maybe the Jets view him as a projection scheme fit in this Carl Dunbar, Aaron Glenn, Brian Duker defense that's probably going to run a lot more 3-4 than Osai was used to in Cincinnati. And maybe in that case, if he's able to, maybe that uses his athleticism a bit more. He can use those long arms that he has to kind of set the edge and maybe, bend around edge rushers or bend around offensive tackles. I could see a world where he's better with the Jets than he was with the Bengals. And I think the Jets are kind of banking on it a little bit as well.
So going into my last 2.
Yep. You got 2 picks here.
I'm taking.
Okay. Wonderful.
Do you want the old guy or the young guy first? Because it doesn't matter order.
I have a prediction for who those guys are. Take the young guy because I want a young guy with my pick, and I fear you might take him.
So I am loading up on this rookie class, D'Angelo Pons.
Damn it. That's who I wanted with my last pick.
D'Angelo Pons.
I should have swapped them because you wouldn't have taken Osai. Whatever.
I don't want to go and we've said this before. We don't want to make it like a Disney underdog story. And we don't want to act like he's this perfect player, but pretty much every negative he had when scouting him comes down to, well, he's very small.
Mm-hmm.
He may have trouble tackling because he's very small. You may be limited to the nickel because he's very small. If he shows that is not a inhibitor to his success, he just does so much well. Yeah. Smart guy. Tackles better than some 6'3" cornerbacks in the league right now, and he's 5'8" on a good day. Versatile, smart guy. Took a team that was a doormat, winning program immediately. Played well in big games. Great ball skills. If he's not the starting nickel, and I'm a Jarvis Brownlee guy, I think he has like an attitude and an edge and some good tackling that team, especially last year, really needed before they got him.
Definitely.
But man, if he's not the starting nickel, I'm going to question that. And I know they're going to play him outside a little bit. I want to see how that works. But this guy could be a 10-year nickel cornerback in the NFL. And getting him in the second round where they did, it wasn't like they got him at 34. They got him at 50. That was, I think, the single best pick they made in terms of the marriage of value and talent. And I think Pond's going to have a really good rookie year.
I'm with you. Looking at this rookie class now that we've had a couple of months to kind of digest it, I think the 2 players I'm most excited for are the 2 Indiana guys. I think I'm most excited for Omar Cooper Jr. and D'Angelo Pons. I'm very, very, very excited to see the attitude and intensity that they're able to bring. They're obviously both coming from winning programs, which that's something that the Jets have tried to emphasize, which is funny. It's a little funny now calling Indiana football like a winning football program, but they are. They just won a national championship. But I think they're going to be able to bring that to the Jets. And I think,
not only that, though, a winning program that was a doormat beforehand, and then they got there and immediately turned them into national champions.
I think Pons at the end of the year, I'll make the prediction now. I think Pons at the end of the year is going to be the best cornerback on the Jets roster. And which
nominal CB1. I know you don't normally do that for, inside guys, and CB1 and CB2 are normally outside guys, but Pons will probably be the best cornerback and CB1 who plays inside on the roster.
Makes me regret taking Stevens over him, but that's okay. That's okay.
Making you feel bad. Perfect.
It's a good pick. I wanted him with the last pick. I didn't think you'd take him. That's a good pick.
And with the final pick, he's been discussed a lot this offseason. I think it would be a shame to not have him in there. I'm going to go Geno Smith.
All right, you did go Geno. That is who I thought when you said old guy, young guy. I figured that's how you'd go.
It's gonna be Geno Smith. We are not expecting him to be what he was in Seattle, but we're also not expecting him to be what he was with the Raiders. And even people that watched him with the Raiders and tore their hair out watching him with the Raiders that we've had on this show said he's probably going to be better with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And what probably better than last year is still a mile better than Justin Fields and Zach Wilson, which is what the Jets have had to sit through. And now, not only that, he's not going to a Chris Glazer-led offensive line. He's not going to Josh Reynolds wide receiver 2. He's going to an offensive line that is young and starting to get extended long-term, and a receiving room that we just talked about on this show. The issue is, how are we going to get all these guys targets, which I haven't heard in 15 years with this team.
I know.
Situationally, take the quarterback out of it. The Jets have one of the better in the AFC non-quarterback situations in the AFC. I really feel confident in that. Now, that could screw everything up, and Geno may just be washed, and then they're going to take a quarterback next year anyway. But the ingredients are there for him to be better, for this offense to be better, and therefore this team will be better.
Yeah, I was curious to see if anyone was going to pick Geno. He was on my big board. I wouldn't have taken him with this last pick, but I don't blame you for taking him. If you get anything close to what Seattle Geno was, then yeah, I mean, that's a steal for you. That's with the 10th, with the 19th overall pick. Like, if he's anything close to Seattle Geno, if we're taking into account position value, which obviously I assume we are, that's a fantastic pick. I don't feel comfortable taking him after the year that he just had last season, but obviously we're hoping for a bounce back, and I don't blame you for taking him. So now with the final pick, Mike, I got Mr. Relevant in this class. And there's a couple of routes that I can go here. I've considered Mason Taylor. I'm not going to go Mason Taylor, but I've considered him.
It would have been my 11th if I had an 11th.
I feel bad that he's not getting drafted because I do think he's going to have a better season than Kenyon Sadiq, and I do think he'll probably have a better season than Geno, and honestly, maybe like Brandon Stevens too. But I'm not going to take him. I feel a desire to give a shout out to special teams.
Need for speed?
No. Well, you know what? I do feel a need for speed, Mike, because I feel a need to give a shout out to a guy who to play on the speed thing.
Arian Smith,
who trained. Imagine I took Arian Smith here. No, to give a shout out to a guy who trained with Olympic sprinters this offseason. A guy who was at one point somebody that we called, I believe, the worst player in the Jets roster. A guy who was, looked like he belonged nowhere near an NFL field. A guy who was released.
Or a CFL field for that matter.
Yeah, a guy who was released mid-season, brought back, and we were all like, what the fuck are they doing? Why is
After
this guy
soiling himself in prime time, he redeems himself.
And then he goes on to be the Jets team MVP, the Curtis Martin team MVP. One of only, I think, like 3 or 4 special teamers ever to win that award. Pat Leahy won it. Bruce Harper won it. I think Leon Washington won it. I'm not sure if anyone else has won it. Mike, give me Isaiah Williams with this pick.
All right.
And, maybe you'll say this is I was going to say like a Make-A-Wish pick. That feels super.
He won him like 2 games last year.
Yeah. I think, not only the impact that he had as a returner, obviously, is one of the best returners in the league. And I also considered Kene Nwangwu, by the way, for that, because I think Kene Nwangwu was an even better returner. But I think with Williams, you're getting a guy who not only returns kicks, he also returns punts. And, man, he was okay as a depth receiver.
He was better than Arian Smith as a receiver, not even close.
100%. And if you put him out there as a backup slot, I think you're fine. Like, I think the
Jets would have been better off if they started the year with him as wide receiver 2 instead of Josh Reynolds. That would have been better.
Probably.
Think about that.
Probably. But I think Williams brings you some juice on offense, and we saw the what he was able to do as a returner last year. And look, on paper, is he one of those 20 most valuable players in the Jets roster? I don't know. It depends.
He probably had contributed the most to wins of anybody last year.
Yeah, it just depends on how much you're valuing the special teams. But man, I feel like after the special teams that the Jets, after the season that the Jets special teams unit just had last year, we had to include one of them. The other guy I considered was Austin McNamara, but I'll take the guy who's scoring touchdowns over the guy who's punting, right? And no disrespect to McNamara, who was awesome last season, but Isaiah Williams was the Jets team MVP. If we left him off this list entirely, that shame on us, right? Shame on us for doing that. So I'm very happy with Isaiah Williams as this last pick. As we you want to run through our drafts one last time here.
Sure thing. So you start us off.
All right. So I had the first overall pick, and I took Garrett Wilson, followed it up with Minka Fitzpatrick, Breece Hall, Jawan Briggs, Olu Fashanu, Will McDonald, Omar Cooper Jr., Brandon Stevens, Joseph Osai, and Isaiah Williams. And Mike, what'd you have?
I started with Demario Davis, then went with Armand Membu, Tavondre Sweat, Joe Tippmann, David Bailey, the top pick, Adonai Mitchell, Kenyon Sadiq, David Onyemata, D'Angelo Pons, and Geno Smith.
I'm curious to see who people think won. I don't know. I don't think there's a clear winner. I think this is a pretty even draft, both sides.
Well, I should hope so.
Unless there's some bad picks in there, which, hey, I think Sadiq was a bit of a reach, but that
may have been one too high. Right? If I took him 8 anyway, when I'm taking him back to back,
for sure. And also that, there's still a world where he has a really good season. There's absolutely.
If you take the 16th pick, 4th among the rookies, that wouldn't be a great look either.
No, but I do think as far as year one impact, he's going to probably have the 4th biggest impact of the rookies. But either way, I don't think it's a bad pick by any means. I mean, I'm curious to see who chat, if anybody thinks.
I feel like part of the thing too is because he wasn't in OTAs. If Geno had some throw where he made a great catch, then everybody's freaking out. Oh, it's Kenyon Sadiq. Then there's more momentum building, I think.
Sure,
so.
There'd be more hype.
If he had one of the catches Adonai Mitchell had.
I did think about this. Brian said Justin has no QB, so I guess Mike wins.
He's running the Wildcat with Breece.
I know. We're running it with Isaiah Williams.
We're running the single wing in the T formation.
Wasn't Isaiah Williams recruited to Illinois as a quarterback? I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I think he's
like 5'3" and 120 pounds.
5'3", he's 5'10".
He's built like Wolverine. Yeah. He's like 5'3".
Isaiah Williams played quarterback his first 2 years at Illinois. We're running Wildcat with Isaiah Williams and Breece Hall.
Who was the dude for the Broncos when everybody got COVID and he had to play quarterback?
Kendall Hinton.
Yeah, like that.
Kendall Hinton. We're doing that with Isaiah Williams, and honestly, given if Mike gets the Geno that we got last year, my offense might be better still. And also, he's throwing to, I guess you got Adonai Mitchell and Kenyon Sadiq. Who's playing running back? Huh? Who's playing running back?
Tavondre Sweat.
Okay, all right. You know what?
Try tackling him.
You know what? You got me there. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know who on my team. Literally one guy on my team could tackle Tavondre Sweat and Jawan Briggs. No one else.
I've always wondered why teams don't do that more. Like if you have a seldom used defensive lineman,
I guess you chop him down.
Mozzie Smith or whatever, just hey, run him up the middle. Who's tackling him?
You chop him down at the knees, I guess. I don't know. And
I guess it might be hard to fit in the holes. Like not even making fun. I think it might be hard, literally for
Imagine 364-pound Tavondre Sweat trying to hit the A gap
with momentum though.
Yeah.
Damian Sherwood's got he's 120 pounds heavier than him, and he's got to tackle him one-on-one.
He is running straight into Josh Myers' back and barreling him over. That's what's happening.
Like Reggie Butt, or it might be a thing where they'd all just get hurt immediately. Because the only way to hit him would be Gronk. The only way to tackle him is you hit him in the knees.
Ball security as well. You have to consider that as well.
They just Andre the Giant palm it and then
yeah, we can just punch it out. But anyway, those are our drafts. I'm curious to see if anybody has any players that we think were snubbed or somebody that should have gone higher or gone lower. Let us know. Mike, I think we'll skip the linebacker talk, but I still want to do that quiz if you're down.
Oh yes,
I still absolutely
user-generated content.
So now I'm gonna try. We're gonna do it live again, Brian. If we have any issues with this, technical difficulties, we have Brian in chat, who is the one who created this quiz for us, this Jets quiz, and he can help us out. If I just do this, is it
live television? Ain't it great, folks?
Let's see how this goes. Is that still? Yeah, this should be working right now. Play now. Okay.
Justin, you can't have that site up on the work computer.
It's quiz.com. Relax. We're going to turn music down. I don't know what any of these sounds are, but we're turning all the sounds down just in case.
Oh, if there's goofy sound effects.
And we're going to start game. We get to name our little guy. Hold on, wait. Can you see it now? Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's here. Okay. We get to name our guy. Mike, what are we going to name our guy?
Seymour Butts.
No, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Huge ass.
Yeah, okay. Huge ass. That's our name of this guy.
I like Seymour Butts better.
I like huge ass better. All right. We got a huge ass.
Who's apparently a Mexican he's got a sombrero.
Okay, he's a Mexican pirate, I guess. What is this? Is this Okay, no, we're not doing that.
Oh, we're not doing custom. We had customizable.
No, it's too much. That's it. Huge ass. There he is. That's him. Okay, we're starting. So we're gonna do this collaboratively. Brian said definitely turn up the voice and effects. Good. Collaboratively is probably the best way to do this. So it's 38 questions. Shout out Brian Sternback in chat who made this quiz for us. Mike, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Now I did see the first quiz already when I was just loading it up the other day to try and like make sure we had it.
Make sure it worked.
And I didn't look up the answer. I think I already know the answer, but the question is, who is the Jets' all-time leader in points scored? I believe this is Pat Leahy.
It's got to be Pat Leahy.
Yeah, that was my thought before I even saw the multiple choices, and I believe that means we're correct. Okay. Also, you're going to be in charge of he said on the leaderboard as well. I don't think we not. Leahy leads with 1470. Folk is second. That's fun. Okay.
Wow.
Is there a way to turn off the leaderboard mid-game? Hide leaderboard. There we go. Okay, cool. Sweet. How many regular season ties have oh God.
Oh no.
Oh Lord, I have no
idea. And they're all close.
I have absolutely no idea. When in doubt, C?
I'm gonna say 6, because I'm thinking AFL, it's gotta be.
Let's go 6. Let's go 6. Oh, it's 8. How many regular season ties the Jets had in their history? The answer is 8. That I have no idea.
There's literally no way I would have.
So their ties are with the AFC West, the Raiders twice, the Dolphins, Patriots, and Oilers.
The Oilers, the Austrian Jet fan gifts 10 memberships.
Oh, what a guy. Thank you so much, Austrian Jet fan. Oh, we can't read the Austrian. Wait, we could pause this, right? Let's pause this.
We got to keep going.
Which year was the final year of Mo Lewis' NFL career? We were just talking about Mo Lewis.
It's got to be 03, right? I think it's 03.
Yeah, they're all so close together. 03 sounds about right.
I hate when they're all close.
I know. It is 03.
I got it. I knew that.
It is 03. Wait, we'll pause really quick. Shout out Austrian Jet fan for the donated memberships. Much appreciated, buddy. Sorry for the Austrian loss the other day. They lost their game, but they
did.
They're playing Algeria, right, in their final match, and they should. I don't want to jinx anything, but they should win that. I think they're advancing. I think they're going to win that. I don't know who they play in the knockouts, but shout out Austria. Okay.
Marko Arnautovic is not walking through that door.
They got Sabitzer. They got Sabitzer. They got who else? What are the Austrian players there? I don't know. Other guys. Which of the following players was drafted with the highest pick? Okay. So all second rounders.
Oh, they're all like mid-second.
All second rounders. I don't know when Schuler was drafted. So Pons was 51 or 50.
Nugent was like 50, I think, also.
Hackenberg was in the 50s too, I think.
So I think it's Schuler because there's 2 ties.
I have no idea when Schuler was picked, so we'll go Mickey Schuler. It was Mike Nugent. When was Nugent? Was he like 48, Nugent?
48 or 47 or something.
49 or 49 or something like that. He was 47. One of 3 kickers the Jets ever drafted. Who are the others? I don't even know. I have no idea, Mike.
That's for another quiz. Which of the following players was drafted with the lowest pick?
It's going to all be similar again. Oh, shit. They're all third rounders. Oh, my goodness. So Zuniga was like 70. I don't know when Sione Bua was drafted. Coles wasn't Coles like 80s?
Coles was a third rounder.
Yeah, they're all third round. All these guys are third round picks. I don't know.
Coles, I'm going to say.
We'll say Coles.
I saw green. I thought I got it right.
What was he, like 82? 88. Okay.
88. Okay.
Highest drafted Jet from the University of Utah. How about that?
Shout out Utes.
No, Trevor Riley. Trevor Riley might be the lowest drafted.
Got in trouble with Saudi investments, I remember.
That's right. Who is the highest drafted Jets player from the University of Indiana? Oh, no. Who is the Jets' highest? Oh, it's like all that apply.
All right. So it's not Pons.
It's not Pons. Cooper was 30. I have no idea. I don't know who either of these players are. Do you know who they are, Mike?
Oh, a big Carl Barzilauskis fan. Didn't he play for the Cavs? Oh, no, that's the Drunas Ilgauskas.
The fact that he had, and Tom Nowitzki, didn't he play for the Mavericks? That's Dirk Nowitzki.
Let's go with Cooper.
Well, I think the fact that he said select all that apply
then
probably
Carl B over there.
All right, we'll say
not Cardi B, but Carl B.
Carl B and Omar Cooper. If we nailed this, neither. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Shit, my hat.
Oh, we're frauds, Justin. Fourth overall.
Oh, we were way off.
Oh, that was like, okay.
What the hell's that?
Those are awesome picks then, obviously.
How many first-team All-Pro selections the Jets had since their last playoff appearance? Okay, since 2011. Oh, I love the GIF.
First-team All-Pro. That many?
So Sauce had multiple. Did Mangold and Ferguson?
Quinnen had one, I think.
Marshall might have had one.
Nah, he was second.
He was second team. Quinnen had one. Quinnen had one first team All-Pro, I believe, in 2022 or whatever it was. Had this many? No, it's got to be 6 or 8. There's no way it's 10 or 12.
I'm gonna say 8.
I kind of want to go 6.
Then go 6.
Oh, then Jamal. Jamal had
Jamal made it. Yeah.
Jamal had 2.
He had 1.
I think I still
What was second team?
I think it's 6. I think it's 6. Shit.
Oh, nice going, Justin.
All right, I gave you Coles. Damn. So it was Sauce twice.
Braxton Berrios and Andre Roberts.
Oh my God, I totally forgot they got Andre Roberts, first team All-Pro is crazy.
Kick returner.
That's right. Which Jet is the franchise leader in rushing yards by quarterback?
Quarterback.
So all time. Oh, this is interesting. This is actually so interesting. So longevity, you would assume it's Ken O'Brien for longevity.
Because Richard Todd played a while.
Both of these guys, obviously,
one of those two because they just played so long.
Yeah, I don't remember Geno or Darnold ever even having like 300.
I think it's Todd. I think O'Brien was a.
All right, we'll go Todd. He was more of a statue, O'Brien. There you go.
Hey, there we go.
Geno low-key might be able to pass it this year, though. Like, I don't know how far off he is. He's 3rd. Yeah, he could totally pass that. He 100% could be number 1. O'Brien was 9th.
Yeah, he was a pocket passer.
Which Jet QB is the franchise leader in passer rating? Minimum 300 passes. Oh, goodness.
Oh, it's going to be embarrassing.
Fuck, it might be Rodgers. It might be Rodgers.
Oh, it's got to be Rodgers.
It's probably Rodgers, yeah.
It's got to be Rodgers.
Because he only had the 1 year starting.
And Pennington had a couple of years where he was playing hurt and all that, and the numbers.
And it's not going to be Namath. Namath had some bad years. We'll go Rodgers. Yep. All right, we knew that one. We knew that one. We knew that one. Oh, there you go. Fitzpatrick and Namath average more than one. Yep.
The Namath, you could rip people's heads off at wide receiver, and it wasn't a penalty his whole career.
Yards per game. Interesting. Among players drafted by the Jets, who is the franchise leader in defensive interceptions? Oh, I think it's Bill Baird, actually. I actually think I know this. I think it's Bill Baird.
Because old times had more receptions.
I'm almost positive. Oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus, Justin, you're sabotaging.
Was Baird not drafted by the Jets? God damn it.
Jesus.
I knew it.
You're sandbagging. You're ruining it for me here.
I knew he was the leader in interceptions.
I can't work like this.
I didn't know it was a trick question. That was sneaky, Brian. That was trick. Among players not drafted by the Jets, who's the franchise leader in defensive sacks?
Gastineau's drafted by the Jets.
Pace
Calvin
was not
Pace.
drafted.
Got to be Calvin Pace.
Was Philbin? Yeah, Pace just played.
Philbin, it's got to be Calvin. If it's not Calvin Pace, then
I agree.
This
I don't know.
is wrong.
I don't know who Barry Bennett is. Who's Barry Bennett? I don't even know who that is. Couldn't tell you.
I think he played in the 70s.
Okay, Philbin was also drafted by the Jets. Pace 76 sacks. Yeah, they got him from Arizona, right? Pace.
Yep.
Bennett second with 18. That's actually crazy. Who the hell is Bennett? Which following players appeared in the most games as a member of the Jets? Select all that apply. Oh, this shit again.
I like just the Jet.
I know. It's not Hennessy. It's not Hennessy.
It's
of these guys. Well,
Ferguson. Oh no, Ellis. Ellis was there for.
He was there.
Ferguson had to play more than Mangold.
So this is 2001 to like 2011 was Ellis, right? Or 2010.
Yeah, but he missed some time. But Ferguson never missed any games.
Never missed any games.
I'm gonna go Ferguson.
All right, let's go to. Well, I'll trust you on this. It's Sean Ellis.
Now I'm screwing it. See, not that fun when somebody messes around.
Ferguson played what, 10 years? Yeah, Hennessy had 149. Mangold had more than Ferguson. Well, Mangold played an extra couple of years. Ferguson retired before Mangold.
Ferguson only played 10 years, but I thought 160.
I know. Which of the following players has appeared in the fewest games as a member of the Jets? Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay.
If it's the same four.
There's just one Jet.
Another Jet. Jordan Jenkins is crazy. So Beck's played 4 years.
Gotta be Keller.
Both
he played 5 years and got hurt. Got to be Keller.
No, all of these guys, they all played 4 years. All three of these guys played 4 years. They only played their rookie years.
I thought Beck played more.
I don't think he did. Did he?
Beck or Keller?
Well, Keller played 4 years with the Jets and was pretty healthy when he was with the Jets. It was after that.
Was he?
It might be Quincy.
So you just guessed every guess.
No, I don't think it's I don't know. Who do you think it is?
This is hard. I'm going to say Keller. I'm going to say Keller.
I'm going to say Quincy, and if it's Quincy, I give me a pat on the back. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, and
half right. Okay.
Damn. One of these, it was going to be that. The select all that applies.
Do I get like half points or?
Williams and Beck both appeared in 78. Yeah, we get half points. Whatever. All right. Since moving to New Jersey in 1984, how many home playoff games have the Jets? Oh boy.
Oh, it's got to be.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So they had none in 2009 or 2010.
No, because they were the wild card.
97, they had how many?
They were on the road in Denver in the AFC Championship
But
games.
did they hosted one?
They had to get one in the
Yeah.
O'Brien years, right?
Yeah. Got it. Is it like 2 or 3?
It's got to be 2 or 3.
Let's
But like, I have no idea how to differentiate 2 or 3.
Let's say 2. Let's say 2.
All right, Hugh Jass, lead us to victory.
4? Wow, we underestimated them.
Yeah, okay.
Which
We're not losers after all.
Which ones were they? They're 3-1 at MetLife Stadium in playoffs. How about that? That's actually.
Well, I guess counting Giants Stadium too.
Yeah, sure.
Because
prior to 2026, who was the last Jets second round pick to sign an extension with the team? Oh, we can get this. Well, he wasn't second round. It's Marcus May. No, May.
No, he didn't sign an extension.
It's David Harris. Or no, Clemens didn't go a second contract. May was tagged. Jenkins was a third round pick. It's got to be David Harris.
Got to be David Harris. Because Harris.
Clemens didn't have a second.
Yeah,
contract.
it's David Harris.
Yeah, it's David Harris. Let's not overthink it. All right. Yep, May was on the tag. Yep, we know that. Oh, Harris
signed after Clemens.
So Clemens did have a second
procedural technicality.
So Clemens did have a second contract. That's crazy.
He was the only Jets starting quarterback to wear number 16. Oh, Testaverde.
Okay. I don't even know.
That's easy, Testaverde.
Well, Shrevler. Hey, hold on. Little nerd thing here.
Well, at least pick him to get the points.
Technically, Quincy or Chris Shrevler has been credited with a start by Pro Football Reference because he started the Jaguars game as the Wildcat quarterback. So
I thought he wore 15.
He might. Oh shit, he did. Never mind.
You see what I deal with, people?
Who was the only Jets squad?
Michael Vick.
It's Vick. Yeah, it's got to be Vick.
Yeah, Vick.
Yep. Brady Cook now. Cook's number 4. I don't know what Reich and Meyer wore, but
that's like a Celtic Shaq thing. Is Michael Vick on the Jets?
Yep. Meyer wore 3. Reich wore 6.
Hey, let's get Michael Vick, but he can't run anymore. Okay. That was the whole point of Michael
Question
Vick.
19. Who is the most recent player to start for the Jets after playing for the Patriots? Oh, we can get this. Chris Hogan started games. Okorafor did not. Okorafor didn't start any games with the Jets.
No, he started with to start with the Jets, yeah. So,
ooh, is it Jalen Mills or Hogan?
Gotta be Mills.
I think Mills was after Hogan, so it's Mills. Mark Robinson, no way he started a game with the Jets. I remember that was the linebacker they picked up. He didn't start a game for the Jets. No way. It's got to be Mills. Yeah. Robinson was a special teams. Robinson was a special teams linebacker they picked up, but he didn't start. Yep. There you go.
There you go.
Boom. And then Hogan started before that. Hogan did start.
Oh, I thought that said Matt Robinson, the old quarterback.
No.
Who else played for the Patriots?
How many Jets have worn number 0 with the team?
Braylon Allen.
So Braylon Allen's 1. Who else would have worn 0? Because that hasn't been a long thing. They had to have appeared in the game.
2.
Who else wore 0?
Was it Amos?
Oh, what a pull if Adrian Amos wore 1.
I think 2.
All right, that's a crazy.
Some veteran they signed wore 0.
That's a crazy pull, Mike. I think you're right about Amos. Yeah,
Adrian
what
Amos.
a pull. Good stuff. I totally forgot about Adrian Amos wearing 0.
Jersey number is Harrison Phillips. 97.
Yeah, it's 97. Yep. Oh, I love that gift. That's a great gift. In 97. Yep. Horrible Harry. That's a wonderful gift.
James Hutzler sends 5 memberships.
Oh, what a guy, James. Thanks so much,
James
buddy.
Hutzler.
Very much appreciated, James. Welcome to Texas Tech alum. We got a David Bailey fan in here. All right. What jersey number does Brandon Stevens currently wear? That's 21. 21. Yep. 21. Boom. With 1,000. Look at that. 1,000. Got max points there. Bang. We'll know our current Jets jersey numbers, I think, for the most part. Unless you were like, what number does Pascal Akaji wear?
51?
It's actually, I think it's actually
51's Malagoa.
I think it's 54.
54.
I think it's 54. Jets drafted Joe Klecko out of. Oh, I know this.
Yep. Temple.
It's Temple. Yep. Boom. All right, now we're on a roll now.
All right, now we're
well. When the question
fire.
isn't how many ties have the Jets had in their history,
Yeah.
The only owl they drafted since Klecko, you know who that is, Mike? It's got to be Mo Wilkerson, right?
Ray Davis, because it just said that.
What?
On the screen.
Didn't Mo Wilkerson go to Temple?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. No, they didn't draft Ray Davis. He's on the Bills.
What draft slot has the Jets made more selections than any other?
I think it's 6.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, it's like Darnold.
2's hard to get. I think Namath was 6.
Oh, it's 4?
4? Really?
6 was the one, because Darnold and Golston were 6.
6 times.
Who else was 4th? So it was Gardner.
Dwayne Robertson was 4th.
Robertson was 4th. No other one's recent, I don't think, unless we're blanking. Which is the earliest draft slot in the AFL NFL draft that the Jets have never used? Oh, man.
Oh, come on.
Can we think? All right. When would they even have picked 31st?
That's losing the championship.
Yeah.
But no, because AFL didn't have as many rounds, so that could have.
But that would the first round wouldn't even have been the first round for a lot of those years. 12th. Who would have gone 12th?
25th.
I kind of who's
very specific. No, 31st. 31st.
Oh, was 19 Calvin Pryor?
No, that was like 18.
Let's say 25. I don't think it's 31st.
All right, if you want to be wrong.
12 is 19. Damn. Who was 12th? Oh,
Aaron Glenn was 12.
Of course, Aaron Glenn. Okay, fair enough.
These are very specific questions.
No, I love it, though. These are great, Brian. These are really good. Who was the most recent Jets player to be the highest paid player at his position?
Sauce.
Not Sauce? Yeah, it's Sauce, no? It's got to be Sauce.
Yeah, it's Sauce.
Yeah, Tremaine.
Yeah.
I mean, all four of these guys were at one point the highest paid of their position, I believe. But it's Sauce. We're up to 20, going to 27 now. Huge ass with 11,866 points.
I need to see more butts. Does anybody here?
No, huge ass. The following 5 questions are answered by selecting a value in a range. They're worth 5 points. It must be answered within 45 seconds. The acceptable ranges could not be changed, so you'll have to track credit for. Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right.
We'll see how we do.
Let's see how we. Yeah. Let's just guns blazing.
What yearly base salary? Oh brother.
Oh my god.
Oh wait. This is within 500K. Oh Lord.
Oh,
he just signed.
Well, it was 46, right? So
on 4 years. So that's what 12.
It's not for 3 years.
Oh, it's 3 years.
So it's like 16 something.
Yeah. Let's
try 15 5 3, I think.
15 3. We should know that. That's bad that we don't know that.
Mrs. Clancy, the math teacher, is just like, "What are you doing? I failed you."
We're off by too much. We're off by
500 grand. That's pretty close.
We're off by 800K.
All right.
Yeah, we're up by 800K. And that's not bad. We should know that. What is the Jets' single game record for passing yards?
Oh, we did this in a short.
We did. Oh, it's
496.
495. I think it's
496 exactly.
Or whatever it is. Yeah.
I remember that.
Boom. There it is. And it was Namath, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, it's Joe Namath. Sweet. We did do that for a short. You're right. Bang. Right on it. Good stuff. Joe Flacco being there is kind of, I feel like that's throwing us off because it wasn't Flacco. Yep. 1972. Ken O'Brien and Vinny Testaverde came within 20. Yeah, we did I remember that short. What is the Jets' single season rushing yardage record? That's got to be Curtis Martin.
Single season? It's got to be.
It's got to be Martin. And he was probably what?
1697, I think. That was the year before he retired.
All right. I will trust you on that.
Well, because it doesn't move. Then you know the number at the end because it only moves in multiples of 20.
You're right. Brian clarifying, by the way, Quinnen was never highest paid his position. That's right. The others all were, though. 1697. Good shit, Mike. And it is definitely Curtis Martin. 3 of the top 6. The other 3, I guess, would be maybe
Freeman McNeil had one.
Freeman McNeil, yeah.
I think during the strike shortened season, he would have broken.
What is the Jets' single season interceptions record by an entire defense? Well, it's not.
This has got to be older.
It's not 0. This has got to be old. This has got to be the Bill Baird years.
I'm gonna say like 34.
Yeah, 34 in like a 14.
That's 2 a game.
In like a 14 game season. Remember, it was 14 games.
Oh yes, yeah.
So let's like 30.
Yeah, let's go 30. Nice round number.
Yeah, let's go 30. Is that too high? Maybe it's too high. Oh my God.
Right. That's like the 5th time I've been talked out of a right answer.
All right, you got it. You got it from now on. You got it from now on. Damn. They still had a losing record too. That's crazy. That is wild.
Well, that was right after they became the Jets.
How many Jets received the completed pass? And
oh my goodness.
Boy. Oh boy.
At least one?
For being within one player. I don't know, man.
So,
I'll let you shoot on this one.
So many guys at the end when they were tanking.
I'll let you shoot on this one.
22.
22? Sure.
Do you get 1? No, wait, no. Let's go 18.
If we had more time, I'd want to sit here and like actually try to calculate
18.
it.
I
18?
changed to.
Okay, 18. We'll go 18. I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, dude, that was really good. That's no credit's being given for within 1 point. So that counts. That
counts.
Wow. The Saints had 21 such players. Yeah, they were cycling through a bunch of guys, and they made some trades. They brought in like Devon Valley and stuff. The Jets were second. Okay.
Final five or free response. What is this? The SATs?
Oh my god! You are allowed multiple attempts at each question. Oh my god!
Back in school, Jesus.
Who is judging this? Quiz.com is judging if our free response answers are correct. Oh my god!
Can I get college credit for this?
What is the name of the? Oh, this is Gotham Green.
Gotham Green, right?
Gotham Green. Yeah, it's Gotham Green. So the question was, what the name used for the shade of green in the Jets' primary colors? It's Gotham Green. Yep.
Make sure you type this right, because I don't know if that'll accept.
Maybe. I mean, it accepted that, and it was technically, just Gotham.
Legacy Green.
Legacy Green. Okay. Oh, but we got it
right. Okay. Don't question. We're right. Move on.
All right. Which member of the New York Jets Sack Exchange is not in the Jets? It's got to be Abdul Salam.
It's got Abdul Salam.
Yeah, it's got to be Salam. Surname accepted, so it's got to be Salam. Yeah. There you go. Correct.
I think he just passed away a couple of years ago.
He did recently pass away. Yeah. Now that makes sense. I mean, no disrespect. He was the
good player, but
he was the most irrelevant of the four. No disrespect.
Oh, not to be dead guy, and you're like, he stunk.
I didn't stink, but the other three were more well known. What was the final score of the Jets' last playoff victory?
Was this the?
This is Steelers.
No,
not Steelers.
This was Patriots in New England.
Patriots in New England. Yep. Was it like 20? It
was like 17-16.
That was the Nick Folk.
It was low scoring.
That was Nick Folk game-winning field goal.
Yes.
So it's within 3. It was a really close game. So I'm gonna say 2017.
Well, no, you gotta do 0. You gotta do 3 digits. So 0-20 to 0-17.
0-20 to 0-17, or maybe 0-20 to 0-18, because I think they were losing when that kick went out.
Yes.
So let's say that. What was it? Try again. Oh shit.
0-21
to 0-19. Shit.
Damn it.
0-17 to 0-16.
Damn it. We're not getting it.
0-18 to 0-16. Not. Oh fuck. What? Wait. What was what?
Try.
What happened?
28-21.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay. It was.
Wait, I thought it was a Nick Folk game-winning field goal.
I thought that was higher scoring than.
Oh
it
damn.
was.
Okay. What is the last name of the famous Jet?
It's something Italian, right?
I have no idea, bro.
It's something Italian.
Bruce Harper.
Oh, I know this. I
have no idea. Jazz.
Oh, come on.
He's Hugh's brother, Ed Jazz.
Oh,
you got it? I have no idea.
Oh, no, I remember this. This.
If I heard it, there's a chance I'd know.
Anzalone, like Alex Anzalone.
Is it really?
I guarantee.
Oh my god, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Yeah, him and Alex have the same hair.
They swap it in between each other.
All right, we're on to the last one. Last question. That's a good trivia question. That's a really good one.
I would have actually gotten better on the SATs if I had these kind of questions in them.
Double points. As of June 2026, who caught Geno Smith's last pass as a New York Jet? Well, we have some names here.
Was it a Nunwa?
So this is 2016.
Was it a Nunwa?
No. It was Decker.
Because he had that touchdown, right?
Bostic, Kellen Davis, Bilal Powell.
Oh, come on.
Throwing out fucking names here. We're throwing out
Marshall?
names.
I don't know.
Marshall was still there. Curly. Shit.
Cumberland.
It's going to be someone super irrelevant.
God damn it.
Wes Saxton. He barely played. God damn it.
Chris Ivory had left. Was it Matt Forte?
It's going to be one of those.
Hey!
Oh, it's Matt Forte. Good shits. All right. If we had enough guesses, I was going to try and pull out remember Kyrie Robinson? He played for the Jets briefly.
The bootleg Chris Ivory. Got him for the Saints too.
Defeated the Ravens 2016 wow. All right.
Hey, we won. We beat no one else.
How many stars? 1 star.
I told you.
Fantastic quiz. 5
Fantastic.
stars, Brian. That was so
That's
good.
pretty good. You try to beat our score, everybody. That
New
was
report 63%. Not bad. As a car speeds past where you are, Mike.
I don't even. That was like a Mad Max buggy.
There you are.
That's,
Huge,
that's part of why I'm moving. Is we're right next to a major highway.
20,267. I mean, we could say try to beat our score, but also, you know, anybody who just watched that, they'll know all the answers now. So they could definitely.
Yeah. So yeah.
Brian, that was awesome. That
Put
was
that
actually
on Twitter. If you didn't watch, try and beat us.
That was actually so fun. Thank you so much for making that. If you ever wanted to make more of those, we will 1000% be all down, especially in the off season.
We could have got hired too if I wasn't being dragged down here.
Hey, listen, man. There was a couple where I had the right answer and I went with yours. Sean Ellis. That was one.
Well, because it was because I had the right answer, and you're like, no, it's this one. I go, okay, trying to be a good podcast.
I deferred to you a couple of times too. You know, I do think that I tanked a little bit more than you did, though. I agree. That was very fun, though. I'm glad we got to do that. I love doing these little mini game quiz stuff. The immaculate grid, the connections, they're really fun, especially when it's June 24th and nothing is going on. So thank you so much, Brian. Like, again, that is awesome. He goes, he said, I'm halfway through a sequel if you're interested. Yes, we would 100% be interested.
He's got a whole cinematic universe lined up.
I've made some more Sporkle quizzes too, so we could probably maybe try those out as well.
And by the way, we got a really fun plan coming soon that I will enlighten people. It's gonna be probably middle of July, but it's gonna be very cool.
Do I know what it is? Oh, I think I know what it is.
Yeah,
I probably know what it is. But very fun.
We're gonna be in a meeting about it in a couple of weeks too. So
that's right.
Yes.
Brian said, I think I made it a bit too tough. I mean,
it's better tough than easy.
Yes. I love the questions where it's like, who caught Gino's last touchdown or last pass? Like, that's awesome. We can just shoot names then. The one where it's like, how many ties? Fuck, man, I don't know.
Well, it's not that. It's when the answers are all like, you know, if it's 3, 4, 5, or 6, and then there's no, you know.
But
But other than that,
making a quiz like that is very tough to like balance it out. I thought that was awesome. Like that was fantastic, Brian. Thank you so much, buddy. All right. Yeah. You got any final thoughts, Mike, before we sign off? That was a ton of fun.
Mikel Brown Jr. is pretty cool.
He's all right. Not as cool as championship ring, but
baby steps.
Right. I have to. I'm sorry. And Julius Randle.
Hopefully they don't pass the only Mikel Brown Jr. can't play in New York act when they're in the middle of a playoff race. Does that happen with Kyrie?
I mean, listen. Are we gonna say it wasn't Kyrie's fault?
I know, but like, how come unvaccinated players could play if you weren't on the Knicks or the Nets?
I thought Aaron Rodgers was gone. Are we gonna get into this?
What?
I thought Aaron Rodgers wasn't a Jet anymore. We're gonna get into vaccine talk.
Well, no, it's
podcast.
We're gonna get into literally every possible thing that could have gone wrong in a 3-year span. Went wrong to the worst possible degree.
Katie's foot on the line. I know.
Harden got fat because he's. He should be like a pro wrestler. His ability to gain and lose weight is phenomenal.
It is impressive. But yeah, shout out Mikel Brown, I guess. But yeah, that was fun. Thank you, Brian, again for making the quiz. Thank you to Austrian Jet fan and James Schutzler. Was that Schutzler?
Hutzler.
James Hutzler. I'm reading the S as to. Thank you to James Hutzler for the gifted memberships, as well as Austrian Jet fan.
I'm not James. I'm just Jame. I'm just a singular Jame.
Yeah, maybe it is James Schutzler. It could be. We don't know. It could be Jam is Schutzler. I don't know.
You want to sign us off here, there, George Carlin?
Anyway, thank you all for joining us on the show today. You can follow Mike on Twitter at @ByMikeChannel. Follow me on Twitter, Justin T. Reed. Follow the Jet Press and the Jet Press. Download Jet Press podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Check us on YouTube and TikTok. We are closing in on 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you have not subscribed already, did
we hit it during the show or still
please do? I don't know if we did. I haven't checked. I don't know. I don't want to.
I hope so. It'd be cool.
I think we're close to it. I don't know if we fully hit it yet, but we're very, very close.
We did not. So
yeah, anybody.
Hopefully by next show we get 2K.
100%. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed yet, it would mean a lot to us if you did, because we are trying to grow this thing from the ground up, and we appreciate all the support we can get. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. You guys know what to do. Again, thank you again to Austrian Jet fan and Jam Schutzler, James Hutzler in chat for gifting memberships. Austrian Jet fan, I hope Austria beats Algeria whenever they play them. I think in a couple of days, and that Austria is heading to the knockouts. That would be fun. We stream live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you all for listening to Jet Press Podcast. I've been Justin Freed. That is Mike Luciano. See you guys next time.
See you next week from my new place.
That's right.